Andrew, question for you, bro. So you mentioned traditional women.
Yeah.
Where do you find them nowadays? Where do you find these women, bro?
Firstly, you find a traditional woman because you have to make a traditional woman. You can't find a woman. You have to make a woman. You have to teach her and guide her. She has to learn from you. She has to grow from you. So you need to find a woman early enough in her career path of running around dating men before her to do anything detrimental to her psyche where she cannot absorb the lessons which you want to preach upon her. A good woman makes her man feel braver. She inspires him. She makes him want to work hard. Good women are extremely powerful forces of nature, as are good men. And I think the first thing you need to do is be the best version of yourself. And if enough people do that, then society will be fixed. But the truth is, as a man, if you have a good woman can be the best thing about your life and your greatest source of strength. And if you have a bad woman, a woman can make or break a man's life. Same job, same house, same car, same dog, same sofa, same bed. Different reality.
Yeah.
Bro, different reality. And even worse, you'll notice this the most when you have a girl who flips, who was cool, and now she ain't. And you're like, everything was good. Now you're upset, what? Over what? And you'll see. But a woman can make or break a man's life. To answer the question we asked earlier, if you're at home and it's Valentine's Day and you're sad, etc., good. You're lucky and you're blessed, and you need that mental reframe. And it's amazing how powerful a mental reframe can be. I think a lot of people even underestimate that the exact same scenario with a complete different reframe of it can change the outcome and all the lessons you learn from it. When bad things happen to me, my first answer is good. I've trained myself. This has happened, good. It's supposed to happen, good. And that's the ultimate reframe. Because if you're going to sit there and go, oh, why me? You got to do it yourself. You need all these bad things to happen to you, and you have to use them as fuel. I think all the bad things that happen to you in your life are extremely important. I think pain is one of the most important elements of the alchemy that's required to become the most fantastic version of yourself. If you look at any superhero movie, the superhero had pain. Batman's Batman because they killed his parents. If they didn't kill his parents, he simply wouldn't be Batman. And I think a lot of men, when bad things happen to them, or heartbreak, etc., they don't understand that all that pain that's been given to you in that scenario is extremely important and valuable. Probably the worst experience as a man is to go through life and everything go right all of the time. Actually imagine that. You're born, you wake up, everything's fine, your girl ain't gonna leave, and you don't have to go gym, and no one's gonna try and fight you, and your bills are always paid. That sounds depressing to me. Genuinely. All these bad things are supposed to happen to you so you can level up. You're supposed to go through the pain so you can get better. It's a universal law it's a constant of the universe. Even if you want to build bigger muscles, you have to destroy the old ones. That's how they grow bigger, right? You want to be more resilient. You want to be more observant. You want to be more capable of dealing with negative scenarios or heartbreak or bad things happening to you. Well, then you better get used to pain. Pain is the flavor of life. And the people who try and change the flavor are never going to be as competitive as the people who eat it up and go, okay, that's what it tastes like. Fine by me. Give me some more. And those are the ones who get very good at it. So if you're sitting here at home and you're sad, fantastic. I'm a little bit jealous. I'm genuinely a little bit jealous. Bad things are supposed to happen to you, but you have to use them as fuel. You can't sit there and let the bad things happen to you and feel sorry for yourself. You got to take all that pain and turn it into something good. That's your responsibility as an adult. Yeah, I think men have a natural, innate masculine instinct to protect and to provide.
Yep.
If you're a man who has this stuff in order, you naturally want to protect those you care about. And you naturally want to provide for them. You have no problem paying their bills and taking care of them. A good man has no problem paying the bills for his woman and paying the bills for his kids and making sure they're safe. That's what a man wants to do when he has his things in order. If you're the kind of man who doesn't feel that way innately, there's something wrong with you. And there's probably
50-50 is unacceptable, guys.
Yeah, and there's probably something wrong with you because you're not being the best version of yourself. And it's amazing how easily you'll do the things you're supposed to do when you're the man you're supposed to be. And if you focus on making sure you're as strong and rich and smart and hardworking and intelligent as possible, and if you're careful with the company you keep, both male and female, and you have friends, like that's what's so important about masculine networks. So if you're the good person around the right people, you're going to end up affecting everyone around you. You can't go through the world without leaving a ripple effect. And that's why you have to be your best version of yourself. And that ripple effect is going to be vast and it's going to be continuous into space-time. And you don't know how the butterfly effect works. You don't know about you being a nice, courteous person, holding that door open that one time, how that can affect someone's life in such a positive way, or smiling at someone when they do something nice to you, or helping someone who needs help. You can be a genuinely good person, but to do that, you need to be a man of capability. And you need to understand that the whole world can be fixed if men and people get their act in order. And I truly believe that all of this falls on men. But I actually believe that men are meant to lead, and women in general, as a general rule, when they find a man they respect, they follow him. And I know that because if you meet a good woman and she loves you, all of a sudden she likes the music you like.
Yep.
She likes the cars you like. She believes the politics you believe. She watches the shows you watch. So if we have such a problem with women,
she plays the games you play.
All of it. So we have such a problem in the world today. That's down to a huge lack of masculine role models and a huge lack of men doing their job. Because as much as we laugh and clown on women, etc., if you're a man who has his stuff in order, you're going to find a woman who's loyal to you. And they do exist. It's all about taking accountability as a person, blaming yourself for absolutely everything so that you have power over the situation, because you have no power if you blame the world. If you blame women for everything, you have no control. Yeah. If you blame yourself, you have control over the situation. And I think that if men get their act together, you'll be surprised how that will expand out towards society, and how not only your life gets better, but the life of everyone you care about, everyone you meet, everyone you interact with, their lives get better by extension. And that's what we need to fix society. I think that the universe or God or whoever you want to call it, I think they know what they're doing. You're going to get exactly what you deserve in this life. And if you don't have the things you want, quite often you don't actually deserve them. And if you start acting in a way where you do deserve them, you'll be surprised how quickly and easily they appear. You'll see. And a lot of you are sloppy and lazy, and you don't care to look back and realize where you've been sloppy or lazy, or realize where you've made mistakes. And then you're not understanding why your life is constant blunders and bluffs. Well, that's because you keep making mistakes. But if we look at it in a more universal and as a more meta point, I love that the world is hyper competitive. And when you're extremely successful, you do. I love the fact that women only want to date men with lots of money, because I have lots of money. And I love the fact that women want to date men with good bodies who are strong, because I'm strong. It's fantastic. I would actually be devastated if women changed their minds, because I like it being that competitive, because I like to win, and I have no problem with the competition. I have no problem with war. If you're going to sit and go, women shouldn't think this way, what you're actually doing, and you may not realize you're doing this, but you're speaking to the universe and saying, I can't win, so I want to change the rules of the game. Good point. I think you should apply a completely different mindset. If women sit there and say, I want this, 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 and this, I am never offended by that, because I sit there and go, yep. Okay. All right. Text me then.
I'm winning.
So I'm winning. So I think you should look at these things as a man. How can you, as a man, take absolute self-accountability? Yep. You can blame her, you can blame women, we can blame society, all those things. That's true. But the best thing you can do is sit there and go, well, let me make sure I don't fall into any category where I can be disqualified. Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about any of these things. And the best thing about being a man, in fact, the only good thing about being a man, because being a man is much harder than being a woman. You're born with no value. You don't matter. Your life is hard. The only good thing about being a man is that it's a harder version of the game of life. It's a more difficult version of consciousness. And if you play a harder video game, you get a higher score. If you're a top tier male, it's the best possible experience. There are dudes out there who are jealous of chicks because chicks get attention, because they're like, those girls get to go here, these girls get to go there. But if you were at our level getting to do it as a man, not as a chick, as a man,
it's better.
It's much better. It's always going to be better.
Yeah.
So we have the best possible chance to live the best possible life. All you have to do is be man enough to get your stuff in order. And this is something that's really true about the world. And I say this all the time. People often say it's okay to fail if you try your best. But I will argue, if you try your best, you will never fail. If you try your best, you will not actually fail. If you get up every day and do what you're supposed to do. I've never seen a person get up every day, eat right, hit the gym twice a day, every day, eat properly, sleep as much as they're supposed to, their supplements are in order, doing their absolute best, who was not in good shape. I've never seen it. It's literally physically impossible.
Yeah.
So you either want it or you don't. And it's the same with absolutely everything else. A lot of people go, I've been trying. If you were really trying for the amount of time you've said you've been trying, you wouldn't still be in the position you're in. And that's the truth. When you're truly trying your best, people often ask me, they say, well, if women love money, why are they with these guys or these broke guys, or why are they with this guy who's trying to come up? I think if you're actually really trying your best in your life and you're doing your very best to build a life, even if you don't have it yet, I think people can smell it. Not just women, men.
Ambition.
People can smell the they can see their life's in order. They're good. Something's right. You can call it magic. You can call it energy. You can call it something.
Potential is very loud.
And it's kind of amazing that guys will sit and go, what do I do about this girl? How do I get this girl? And they'll send super chats. How do I get this girl? How do I get that girl? If you actually just do the things you know you're supposed to be doing. Yo, fellas, listen up. You want to change your life? You want to level up? Find a woman who's ride or die and live like the man you were born to be? Then it's time to get your house in order. I'm talking about living with purpose, moving with intention, and acting like the king you are. It's crazy how fast it all comes together when you do. Think about it. In chess, the best moves come when you're in the right position. In boxing, you land that knockout punch because you're standing in the right spot at the right time. Life's the same way. Do the right things day in, day out, and the rest falls into place like magic. If you're ready to step up, smash that subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, I know the world's tough. I know it's messy out there, dating's a minefield, society's throwing curveballs, and yeah, sometimes it feels like the deck's stacked against you. But here's the truth. If you're out here acting like a real man with honor, grit, and a work ethic that doesn't quit, you're gonna find a woman who's obsessed with you. Doesn't matter if you're in the wildest city, surrounded by chaos, you live right, you stay sharp, you show up as the man she can count on, and she'll be yours. Not because you're a millionaire though, keep grinding for that too, but because you're solid, you're dependable, you're the guy who gets it done. That's what makes her heart race. That's what makes her stay. Let's talk about what it means to be that guy. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up with integrity, with courage, with a fire in your gut that says, I'm not backing down. You work hard, you train hard. You face challenges head on, no excuses. You're not afraid to put in the sweat, to push past the pain, to keep going when everyone else would quit. That's the kind of man who turns heads. That's the kind of man who earns respect, not just from her, but from the world. Now, let's get real about emotions. You've probably heard that showing feelings as a man is a no-go, that it makes you look weak. And yeah, there's truth to that. If you're breaking down in front of your girl because you're frustrated or can't fix something, she's gonna side-eye you. That's not what she's looking for, but it's not black and white. If you're sitting there, eyes wet with rage because someone hurt her and you're ready to go to war to protect her, trust me, she's not losing respect. She's seeing a man who's got her back. She's seeing a warrior. It's not about the tear sits, about the why. Show her you're strong, show her you're ready to fight for her, and she'll look at you like you hung the moon. Here's the deal. Women want safety. Deep down, it's wired into them. They need to know you're the guy who's got everything under control. If she feels like you'd let harm come her way, whether it's physical, emotional, or financial, she's gonna pull back. Sooner or later, she'll bounce. She might even run to someone who's rough around the edges, but makes her feel untouchable. That's why your job as a man is massive. You've got to be her rock. You've got to be the one she can lean on, no matter what. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep building that warrior mindset. Say something breaks in the house, and she comes to you like, babe, this is messed up. You can't just shrug and say, I don't know. That's a fumble, bro. She's looking at you like, who are you? Even if you don't know how to fix it, you figure it out. You call the pro, you pay the price, you handle it. That's your role. Or maybe you're thinking, I'll just tell her I love her all the time. Nah, man, Instagram's full of dudes telling her that. And one day, she's gonna peek at one of their profiles nicer car, sharper jawline, and you're on borrowed time. Love's important, but it's not enough. You've got to back it up with action. Everything in life is rented. Your business, stop hustling, it tanks. Your body, skip the gym, it fades. Your relationship, stop investing, it crumbles. And the number one thing you're renting is her respect. You don't own it, it's on loan, and you've got to earn it every single day. She might tempt you to slip. Babe, just chill. Eat this pizza, skip the gym. That's the trap. The superpower is staying sharp. Never let yourself slide. If you're feeling this, subscribe to the channel and let's stay locked in on this journey. I'll share something personal. My girl used to say, why are you always hanging with your boys? Why not just live with me? But here's why I don't. Those guys keep me on point. They're my pack, my predators. They push me to train harder, think sharper, stay ready. If I'm just chilling with her all the time, I'm not the same man she fell for. I'm not the guy who's got that edge, that hunger. Living with my crew keeps me in the game, and that's why she stays. That's why she respects me. Because I'm not just her man, I'm a warrior. Respect comes down to the little things. It's keeping your phone charged, your gas tank full, your life organized. It's sitting with her and talking through the what ifs. Babe, if the world goes crazy, here's the plan. If someone tries to break in, I've got gates, guards, bulletproof doors. You're safe. She eats that up. She wants to hear you've got it handled. She wants to know you're ready to fight the whole world to keep her safe. And trust me, nothing lights her up more than hearing you say, I'd take on anybody for you. Safety's your ace card. In a world where social media is throwing attention, money, and validation at her, you've got something Instagram can't touch: security. Physical security, financial security, emotional security. You tell her, yeah, you can get likes online, but I'm the one who's got your back. I'm the one who'll make sure nothing bad happens. I'm the one you call when it's real. That's your edge. That's what makes her look at you like you're a superhero. But you've got to back it up. You've got to be competent. You've got to be capable. If she comes to you with a problem, you don't hesitate, you solve it. If you're not that guy, if you're slipping, if you're lazy, you're done. You can't compete with the world out there. Social media is a machine. and it's got more attention, more flash, more everything, except safety. That's your lane. That's what you bring to the table. But it starts with being a masculine man. She's got to look at you and think, he's my hero. He's untouchable. Not because you're perfect, but because you're prepared. You're ready. You're the guy who's got it locked down. So how do you do it without coming off like some controlling jerk? It's about respect. She's got to respect your competence, your authority, your ability to lead. You don't say, don't go to the club because you're scared she'll find someone else. You say, I don't want you out there because I care about you. Bad things happen and my job is to keep you safe. I'll take you out, but I'm not cool with you going alone. That's not insecurity, that's strength. That's you stepping up as her man. And when you speak from that place, she listens. She feels it. She respects it. I've had my girl ask, can I go here? And I'll say, nah, I don't trust that spot. It's late, it's sketchy. And you know what she says? I'm glad you said no. I feel safer. That's the power of leading with love and strength. She's not mad, she's relieved. She knows I've got her best interest at heart. And that's what you've got to do. Set boundaries, not from fear, but from a place of protection. Tell her, be home before dark. I love you and I want you safe. She might roll her eyes, but deep down, she's grateful. She's proud to have a man who cares enough to take charge. You want to know what else? Show her the stakes. If you see a news story about something bad happening, a robbery, a tragedy, share it with her, not to scare her, but to ground her. Say, look, this stuff happens. I'm not trying to control you, but I can't lose you. Let's figure out how we keep you safe. Break it down. She was alone. It was late. She didn't see it coming. Let's make sure that's never you. When she sees your heart's in the right place, she's not pushing back, she's leaning in. She's trusting you. She's respecting you. But none of this works if you're not walking the walk. If you're lazy, if you're sloppy, if you can't fix a leaky faucet or handle a crisis, she's not buying it. You've got to be the guy who's ready for anything. My girl watches movies like Taken and texts me, you do that, right? You come for me? And I'm like, damn right, baby. I'm Liam Neeson with a Bugatti. She believes it because I live it, I train, I plan, I stay sharp. You've got to be that guy, the one she knows will go through hell to protect her. At the end of the day, being a man is about responsibility. It's about showing up every single day as the guy she can count on. It's about earning her respect, not demanding it. It's about giving her safety, not just words. You do that and you're not just winning her heart, you're building a life that's unbreakable. So get your act together. Work hard. Stay ready. Be the man she can't imagine living without. If you're ready to be that guy, hit subscribe and let's keep pushing to the top.